Hi, welcome to the Noel and Dyslexia YouTube channel. Today's video is about mediation. My 13-year-old son Jacob came up with this t-shirt design idea. He painted it on a rock first and then I put it on a t-shirt. I thought it was perfect for Valentine's Day and it's for sale on the Noel on Dyslexia t-shirt store in Amazon. Before I move on, please take a second to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you haven't already. It really helps more people to watch these videos. This is part of a video series on how to get the right services for your child. Again, I want to state I am not a lawyer and I'm not making this video as legal advice. I'm just trying to put some information out there and you can make your own decision. So let's say you've asked for something for your child and the school denies the request, or your school wants to do something for your child that you're not okay with. One way to settle these disagreements is through mediation. Now there's two types of mediation: mediation only and mediation through due process. Mediation only you don't file due process for, and it's more informal. It's kind of like an ADR with a record. The other type of mediation is through due process. So first you would file for due process and then you would request through the OAH, or the Office of Administrative Hearings, for mediation. So you need to talk to the school because both parties need to be in agreement. So you need to prove with some kind of an email or something from the school that they are okay with doing a mediation with you, and you need to both be in agreement on the date. So once you communicate that to the OAH, then they will set up the mediation. Other than that, there's no difference in the mediation versus mediation only. Mediation and mediation only is when a third party, a due process judge, comes in and helps the school and the parent come up with an agreement. Another thing you need to know about mediation is that whoever that mediator is will not be your judge at the due process case should it go to due process. Some benefits of mediation can be that it is free for you and the school district. The due process judge, the third party that comes in, is paid for by the state OAH. It's less adversarial than due process. It's less money than due process. It's reported to the state and federal education offices. So statistics have to be reported as a performance indicator. So it sends a signal to the government. It puts that school on the radar, which isn't a good thing for the school, but it can be good if there's a problem that's repeatedly happening in your school district. Another benefit is that 80% of the time schools want to settle the mediation. They don't want to move on to due process. So you're very likely to come up with a solution in the mediation. According to mediation rules, nobody is allowed to bring a lawyer, but you can bring an advocate. The rule states that you're allowed to be assisted by a non-legal consultant. Another benefit is that there is no limit to how many times you can file for mediation. It's unlimited. Mediation is also voluntary for both parties, so at any point before or during the mediation, you can withdraw. And it's subject to confidentiality and enforceability, which means that there's procedures in place to make sure that the agreements you come to are followed through with. Here's some possible cons of mediation. The problem with confidentiality in settlement agreements is that it perpetuates the veil of secrecy in special education. It can perpetuate corruption or the negative things that are happening. Confidential settlement agreements also prevent the parent from legally telling other parents what services the school district is offering their child, thereby preventing a precedent for similar services. Even though the settlement agreements are confidential, anyone can request a copy of the settlement agreement under the Freedom of Information Act, FOI. The names of the families involved will be redacted or censored or obscured. Another thing about mediation is that it's a negotiation, so some things that are important to the parent may get denied, or in other words, the parent might give up too much. According to some advocates, 99% of the time, the due process judge who is acting as mediator will be on the district's side. The mediator might try to beat your expectations down or say things that aren't necessarily true. Just like with ADR, if you don't have knowledge of contract law, you need to make sure that you don't sign the settlement agreement until you've had time to go over it with a lawyer or an advocate or somebody who can help you understand exactly what you're signing. One parent told me the mediator in my situation would not allow the school district special education director to answer a question I asked. Corrupt. With any mediator, you have to be assertive and not let them think that they get to run the show. People, like water, will exceed proper bounds if not properly restrained. That sums up mediation. If you want to know more about it or get specific advice for your situation, I'll put some links in the description for how you can contact advocates in your area. Thank you for watching. Again, please leave any comments below, and I will see you next time.